I'm moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss tycoon. Or maybe I'll just listen to today's Nice Guys on Business.
Yeah, here the summary is remuneration is a noun that means the act of giving payments for work or service. Remuneration is fucking wrong. It's a misspelling.
It's a misspelling.
That's basically what they're saying. Yeah.
Yep. Well, there you go. That is your nice. If you got nothing else from this episode today in an hour and 21 minutes of fucking nothing, know that you now know.
The opinions of the Nice Guys are exclusively their own and in no way reflect the opinions of, well, anyone really. Most days they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
All right, we are live. No, we aren't live. Were we going to do anything live? Were we ever going to do that, or did we decide not to do that?
Yeah, apparently with was it Riverside? I think there is a platform. I think it actually is Riverside. Pretty sure with Riverside, we can now go live on YouTube. So for those of you who don't know, because I don't think we recorded this last week. First of all, welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Cheers.
Lucky 11.
Yeah.
Hey, here, I'm drinking my coffee out of my Nice Guys on Business podcast mug. If you want one, just look in the show notes. The link is there.
Wow. What a pusher you are.
I know, right?
You've gotten right down to business. You said the welcome back. You've promoted our merch already. Mm-hmm. All I'm doing is showing up and drinking.
I got to get that shit right out of my head or I'll forget later. So, and
anyway,
I've completely forgotten what I was talking about.
What about Riverside?
So we posted a couple times on YouTube, or I posted a couple times on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It was like 2 or 3 people watched them, and I realized it was actually quite a bit of work.
Yes.
Only because the files are so goddamn big, right?
Right.
So just to tack an intro and an outro on and then export it, because we talk for like an hour, right? It takes 45 minutes to export it, and then I got to go back and go to the YouTube channel and do all that stuff. So that's why I haven't been doing it the last couple of weeks, but I did just sign up for Riverside. Oh. And apparently on Riverside, we can actually go live on.
Does it cost us money to do that? Or is it?
Yeah, but it's a minimal. It's not very much.
Because
we needed a Riverside account. We need it for other clients anyway. Huh. So I am going to give that a try. And as soon as we get that set up, we'll let everybody know, because typically you and I record, and this isn't always, but typically we record on Thursday at 5:30 Central, which will be 6:30 Eastern or 3:30 Pacific time. So if we start doing this live, you all Funkin' fans, loyal listeners, will be able to log in and actually watch us record it as it's happening and get it a day before it comes out.
Wow. But, if you really prefer the edited version of the show, I listened to This American Life and it says, just a word of warning, there are curse words in this episode. If you want the beeped version, just go over to thisamericanlife.org. And I'm like, no, I would prefer actually the curse words.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah. So in better news,
I like better news.
Okay, so I listed Kermit the Beast, which is my 73 F350. I listed that for sale. I lowered the price, even though I'm going to lose money on the truck. I lowered the price, and I've gotten a whole bunch of people. Now, I got somebody locally, a grandma who came who wanted the truck, but she's too small for the big truck.
What? So
she's like, I like that truck right behind it. What's that truck? And I said,
no,
that's mine too. That's Minty Fresh. So I believe I sold Minty Fresh yesterday. She's coming to drop off a deposit and a money order tomorrow. And then I had somebody test drive Kermit the Beast, and I'm only gonna have 2 trucks in my life.
Dude, so you posted one truck for sale, but ended up selling two.
That's right. I was hoping she was going to buy the Minty, because if she bought Minty, then the one that's for sale still online will still stay active and people will come and check it out. So she paid a premium for Minty Fresh because it's all of the things that she wanted. So I got $2,000 more for Minty than I thought I was going to get, and I'm going to get $2,000 less for Kermit, but that's okay because now at least it's all one big business anyway, right?
Right, exactly.
Who cares where the money comes from?
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah. So now I can put all of the money I'm going to get for both of those trucks into Sunny, my new truck.
Oh, Sunny. Now, hang on. Is Sunny one you've bought already?
Yeah, Sunny was the one I spent $2,000 on, but it was basically a shell of a truck that I have to do everything to. There is no interior in that truck anymore. Everything. Crazy. The dash, I've taken out the dash. I've taken out all the instruments. I've taken the seat out. I'm doing the rust abatement right now, getting rid of all of the rust, putting the Bondo and metal parts back in place, making sure they're all up to speed. And I don't even know, because I haven't driven the truck. I don't even know what, if anything, is going on with the engine or the transmission. So I'm just in the beginning stages of that truck.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, so what's going on? Like so we're back from Sub Summit. What we thought was potentially going to be a dog of a show ended up being a really good opportunity for us.
Pretty decent opportunity. And it was the first time that we had done this, actually recording live on site at a conference, not just audio, but video. And of course, while we were there, since everything went so incredibly smoothly, we knew there would be problems coming home, because God forbid the first time we do it, we actually do it right and do almost everything exactly the way we would do it. Just a few minor things on the back end since we've gotten home.
Like forgetting to hit the record button, that kind of thing?
There was one that I forgot to hit the record button until about 4 minutes in.
Shit happens.
That got translated as a corrupted file.
I saw that.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
I saw that. I saw that corrupted file. But you weren't able to pick up the audio from anything else and make use of it?
You see, that was the problem from our end, and again, it's unexpected. So for those of you who are in the tech sector or have anything to do with recording, we had close-up mics for each person standing at the table, right? And we also had 3 camera mics going. So basically a camera on each guest and a wide shot camera. And my thought was, well, yes, there was one time, actually there were 2 times out of the, how many interviews did we do? 13 interviews?
We had to do we did a bunch of interviews.
Yeah, 2 times I forgot to hit record. Once was about 30 seconds in, so I don't think Doug had even finished his intro, so it was no big deal. The other one was like 4 minutes in because I was working with other shit and distracted. That one, of course, is the problem. Anyway, I thought, well, I can just pull the audio from the camera, and we have this amazing thing called Adobe Enhance, which I could take a recording of somebody that's got like all kinds of reverb and weird room noise and shit, and Adobe Enhance can clean it up really nicely. But for whatever reason, the sound on both camera mics is really bad. And I don't know if it's because the cameras were trying to internally do like a noise reduction thing, but it basically sounds like a really bad, like the raw one sounds like a bad Zoom recording. Like, it kind of choppy like this.
Couldn't we just re-record those first 4 minutes? Because I remember that guest, and that was a fucking boring guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you remember the guest, don't you?
I didn't think he was so. Yeah, maybe he was.
I thought that was the one that was like, oh my God, I have no idea what he's talking about. I was asking. Oh
yeah, it was a little confusing.
Yeah, a little technical, and not that I knew any of the technology at all. So.
Well, we're waiting to hear back from the client, but my first thought was, which you're already aware of, for you to just re-record the intro because you had it written down. All you had to do was reread it, right?
Right.
Well, audio-wise, that worked, and then I just kind of cut a bunch of the questions out and jumped right to the 4-minute mark.
Right.
The problem is, first of all, the first 2 questions you asked were very much establishing, like, what do you do? Right. And like, why do you do it? So they were kind of important, but the bigger issue with video, even though you reread it, it's not going to match.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Exactly the way that you said it.
Well,
so I did offer to say, hey, look, why don't we re-record, get on a Zoom and re-record the first 4 minutes, which audio-wise would sound great.
Right.
Video-wise, it's going to look a little weird being on Zoom for 4 minutes and then the rest of it. But we'll see what the client says.
Okay. Whatever the client wants, that's how.
Whatever the client wants. That's
mistakes are bound to happen. It's what happens next that really counts. That's
exactly.
My biggest,
and I'm quite confident that we could do this again and do it as well or even better. And I didn't have the team, we're so used to recording from Zoom where, we give our team a file that is just 2 side-by-side shots and they do what we call in the biz, a quickie edit. Basically, they tack the beginning and end on and just spit it back out. And, I didn't instruct them clearly enough to be, hey, by the way, we have 2 separate cameras. We'd like you to go back and forth and edit between those cameras so it looks like a regular TV show.
Oh, so literally they took both of those shots and they put them onto one screen. So it looks like a Zoom room rather than looking like an interview.
Exactly. And that, again, my fault. I didn't think to instruct them specifically to say, yes, this should be like a full-blown edit. And when somebody's talking, show them. And when the other person's talking, basically cut back and forth between them.
You know what I really like? I like a lot when editing is done and I'm watching like a professional, like a newscast or something like that. I like when the person begins answering the question and you stay on the interviewer and you get a couple of their reaction shots too. I don't need it to be like I'm talking, it's only me and not you. I like that, a little bit of that overlap. It really does gives a little bit more depth to the interview.
Yeah, like when you're looking at a good news show, you see what they call the cutaway shot or the B-roll shot. If the guest's answer goes long, you don't want just this long-ass shot of them. It's like you cut away and Doug's going, fascinating. Just a little nod of the head without even saying anything. And what you may not know, I mean, you probably know, but a lot of people don't know, is when they do that and you're interviewing the fucking president or somebody and they show the cutaway of the interviewer and they're just sort of nodding, often that is like from a completely different part of the interview. They're just looking at the B-roll and they're like, here's a good nod. Here's a good thoughtful look. I'm going to save those for when I need to throw them in later when he's talking too long, basically.
I kind of like the instructions where they say, look, just once we're done with the subject can go. And then all it is reaction shots. they're just doing like 5 minutes of reaction shots. Oh, that's a great answer. That's a great answer.
Right. Exactly. Hey, didn't we have a voicemail last week?
I believe. Oh no, but Ashley probably got rid of those voicemails.
Right. I remember specifically saying that we should tell Ashley not to drop them, and I don't know if I did.
Of course, we didn't do that.
Hang on. Did I download them last week though? I may still have them in my folder. Hold on.
Oh, you actually?
Oh no, we weren't here though.
No, right.
So I don't have them in my folder.
Okay. Wow, that was a lot of mental gymnastics there. Okay, so. Help me for just a moment. That means I need everything. Let's see. Today is the 21st. Yeah. So I need everything. The 14th. There was 2 on the 14th, and then there was one just yesterday.
I believe the one I have is the one from yesterday.
Okay,
but I don't have the ones from the 14th.
Okay, let me download those 2, and I'll just email those to you. Let me take care of both of those. I'm not looking at who they're from because I don't want to cheat the system.
I'm not even going to bother saying, we'll just cut this out in editing. Our listeners don't need to hear all the tech stuff, but that's just not going to happen.
No,
because this has got to be posted in like 5 hours.
Yeah, even if you said it, it wouldn't have happened anyway.
No.
So, okay, I am now sending them your way while those are making their way to you. So let me tell you about the second guy. So I had the grandmother that came to look at the truck, and then I had a guy.
And how old is his grandmother? She's too small for the big truck, but she wants a fucking old pickup?
It's not the fact that she's a grandmother. It's the fact that she's probably like 5 foot nothing. Okay. And so the seats it's a bench seat. So bench seats, if you're 5 foot nothing, when you move forward, everybody moves forward. right? So she needed a truck that was a little bit more, diminutive. I don't know. It's just a smaller truck. She just needed a smaller truck. And Minty is actually the right fit for her. But the guy that came today, they both live in New York. I mean, in Ohio. But the second guy, the guy that came today, he's from New York. He's been here for about 8 years in California, so about the same amount of time I've been here. He owns a Distillery
What?
in Idaho. So, it's a
No.
distillery in Idaho, and let me tell you the brand that
Yeah, I was going to say, is it a brand I would recognize? That's amazing.
probably not something that you recognize. It's called Days Defile, DAY apostrophe S DEFILE, Idaho Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So
Yeah, that
I
is
sent him
weird.
back a text after he left. I said, "Where do I get your?" I said, "Ronnie, where did I say? Ronnie, we must have gotten our." Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I said, "Where do I get your bourbon from locally?" And he goes, "From me. It's only sold in Idaho."
From me.
So he's gonna be dropping by with a check for the truck and a bottle of whiskey,
Yeah, this
bourbon.
is interesting. Like I look up Days Defile Whiskey to find the website,
Hmm.
and I see a whole bunch of reviews, like breakingbourbon.com has a review, but doesn't he have a regular
I don't know.
like
It's a
fucking website? How can he
I don't
not have a
know.
website?
Idaho Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So there is no Days Defile, DAY apostrophe S DEFILE. There is no website for it.
Lost Lantern. That's what I'm looking up. Lost Lantern. Okay, Lost Lantern Days Defile.
Oh, they also
So,
do vodka too.
okay.
So I don't know if it's the same. If it's Days Defile is the brand. Let me see if I can.
Whoa! Shit. The one that I'm looking at now,
Yeah.
I'm guessing they make different. This one's called Lost Lantern by Days Defile. Okay,
Okay.
single case series. It is 154 proof,
Whoa, I thought
10
you were going to
years
tell me that.
old.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, and it's a $140 bottle.
This is the one that I'm looking at in the bottle that he's holding up and showing it to the camera. It's a 90 proof bottle. I can read that on. It's called Idaho Mercantile Distillers. That is the name of that's the
Nice.
name of the company.
Dude, I love that. I'd love to try it, but I don't think
Well,
they're
I
allowed
will
to ship it to Texas.
no problem. I will taste test it for us, and then if it's worthy of an old fashioned, then do you drink it like 140 proof? That would burn your face off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, do I drink it straight? Yeah, I usually will put a little bit of ice in my bourbon or whiskey. And I have had some that is 95 or close to 100 proof, but 140 proof or 150 proof, that's 75% alcohol.
Oh,
And
it's a bit
that's
much.
probably one that, like, they call it cask strength, where they presume that you're going to put some water in it. I mean,
Got it.
the what is it? Bacardi. Oh,
Bacardi
Bacardi
150.
151, right?
Yeah, 151,
Because it's
right.
and it's that's what they use to basically splash a little on top to light on fire.
Well, didn't they stop selling Bacardi 151
Not that I know of.
because people were getting like alcohol poisoning and stuff
Well,
from
I
it?
wouldn't doubt that. I mean, that is absolutely possible.
Uh,
Because that is some strong ass shit right
Bacardi
there.
151. Let's see if it's still available. Bacardi 151 was a high proof rum known for its extreme flammability, often used, but it was discontinued in 2016 due to safety concerns and lawsuits. Its
Really?
intense heat and flavor made it ideal for floating on top of sweet, fruity drinks, but it
Yeah.
was also used in shots and other strong cocktails, despite warnings on the bottle. When you have to put a warning on your bottle, do not drink this alone.
Well, that's crazy that it's been gone for 10 years, too. I had no idea.
I remember the label. I mean, I really do. It was just like a Bacardi 151 label.
I remember it. That's crazy. That's
Wow,
pretty cool.
Bacardi 151, $449.
Whoa.
Yeah,
See,
that's
now
a
that's ridiculous because I have to believe there are other companies out there that are making, 150 proof rum, right? But it's just not Bacardi. Why would somebody pay that much money for
I don't
some?
know.
That's
That might be
ridiculous.
a collector bottle or something like that. I remember when we lived in DC that my second ex-wife, she took me to a bourbon whiskey tasting,
Mhm.
and man, I can't. It's just so fucking strong.
Mm.
Bourbon on its own or whiskey on its own is so it burns my throat. I can't even drink it.
It is definitely an acquired taste. I started, years ago with Scotch, and Scotch is a lot smoother. But even that, it's like if you're not used to it. But the last couple of years, I've gotten into bourbons and whiskeys, and like rye whiskey, I like a lot. But like rye whiskey's got a lot of like spices to it, so it's definitely very flavorful. But
when you were growing up, I don't know if your parents were drinkers or not, but when you were growing up, like what would be the like Wild Turkey was always in my parents' liquor cabinet. Let's call it a liquor cabinet if there was one. It was also the bills cabinet. Marty, my stepfather, used to keep all of his bills, and then above the bills there was like maybe 10 bottles of something, like Harvey Wallbanger or whatever it was in there, or what was the big bottle of yellow something? What was it called?
Yellow.
Hold on a second. It was a big bottle. It was a tall yellow bottle of liquor from the 70s. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Galliano.
Oh, Galliano. Yeah, I know. Like a long, skinny. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know why that was in my, I don't even know what Galliano
Well, that's a unique bottle. I remember it now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
So like a really tall, and it's like a pyramid sort of.
Right.
Not wide at the bottom like a pyramid, but it's basically like, wasn't it like four sides and kind of goes up and
yeah. So there was always a bottle of Galliano. It could have been the same bottle for all I know. There was always like I don't even remember the Smirnoff vodka. That's what it was. Smirnoff vodka. So I'm assuming that's not like, my parents were not like classy drinkers. So
no, Smirnoff is not classy.
Yeah, is that like the bottom shelf at the grocery store, or is that...
It's the middle bottom shelf, like probably in the 70s before you could get 700 kinds of vodka. Yeah, Smirnoff was probably towards the bottom of the barrel, and Galliano is like a liqueur, so it's the kind of thing that you would mix a little bit with something else. So it's very possible that your parents bought it and took a little bit of it and then didn't touch it for 10 years. That's very possible.
All right, so I just typed into to Google, give me the typical liquor cabinet in the 1970s. Okay, so
wow,
and this is totally my parents, because I'm looking at what it was, and it's reminding me of all of these things that were in there. Okay, so for vodka, Smirnoff, of course. Stoli was like a top shelf in my house if there was ever.
Oh yeah, totally.
For whiskey, it was either Canadian Club, which
that's what my dad had, Canadian Club.
Wild Turkey. Okay, and then liqueurs, Galliano,
and I bet Amaretto, right?
Let's see. Yes, Galliano, Amaretto, Kahlua, and Bailey's Irish Cream.
Bailey's Irish Cream. That's good shit. Yeah.
And then let's see. Essential barware. So there was definitely amber or smoked glassware. There was the ice bucket. There was always a novelty pitcher in there, and cocktail picks. Yeah, there was always cocktail picks in there. And my stepfather used to take all of as little mementos. All of the casinos used to have their own little swizzle sticks that they used to mix the drinks with. So he would bring those home. So he had a whole glass of just like casino swizzle sticks.
Yeah. You want to see the collection that I have from the casino?
Oh, what do you got?
Hold on.
Okay.
Happen to have it right here.
That is funny. This is not at all prepared, so I'm ready to see what you got. That. Oh my gosh, you got all of these chips.
Whenever I go to casino, I will keep a $1 chip from the casino. And so and by the way, the tub here, it is a Hard Rock Hotel Las Vegas ice bucket,
right?
A glass ice bucket that I bought there many years ago.
That's got to be like $1,000.
No, these are all $1 chips. So
still,
it's probably,
I bet.
What? No, it's got to be 100.
No, there's so many more than 100. It's a lot in there.
You see, now we have a long weekend. I might just fucking count it.
What's funny is I have change only comes into my house. It never leaves my house.
Right.
So I collected change, and I had to collect change for my entire first marriage, 20 years. collected change. And I finally cashed it in somewhere near the end.
Oh, wow.
So it was
nice.
one less thing I need. It was like $1,100 in change.
Whoa, really?
It was crazy how much change that you have. If you do that at a grocery store, they charge you a like a service fee to run your change through it, unless you use it for groceries. I think they give you full credit if you use it for groceries, but if you just want to cash out, they charge you like 10 or 15%.
Oh, is it that high? I thought they've got these machines, right?
Right. Change machines.
Change machines. But yeah, they charge you. I mean, I thought it was like 5 or 8%, but
so I first joined, I don't know if you remember in Elk Ridge, actually, APL FCU, Aberdeen Proving Ground Federal Credit Union. I don't know.
Dude, it's not Aberdeen because
Applied Physics Laboratory. Sorry, that's right.
Right, because I actually had what was my loan with them? My car loan, my Tesla loan was with them.
Nice. Yeah, really,
APL FCU,
really, right. So they have change machines in their lobbies.
Oh,
doesn't cost you anything as long as you remember.
I love that.
And that brings up a really good piece of business advice if you're listening to this Nice Guy community, and of course you are if you're hearing my words. If you have a credit union in your neighborhood, that is the place where you want to borrow money from, and where you probably want to, if they have good rates, where you want to either get your mortgage from or use them for a savings account. At the time, they were like, it was like 0.9% for a car loan. It's like they want their members to use them, and they don't with Strickland's now.
That's it. I got my Tesla loan from them because it was like 1.9%.
Right.
And I'm like, well, yeah, shit, that's what I want.
All right, let's.
Yeah, you're right. Now I'm pulling all my chips out, but I'm like, how many do I have in here? This is
all right. Let's look up the APL FCU rates right now. Okay,
I'd be very surprised if they're still 1.9%.
Okay, so
they're usually below what you can get at.
Okay, so their auto loans, new and used autos, are 3.99%. Which
pretty fucking
what
good
is?
right
Hold
now.
on. What is typical car loan rates? Okay, let's look. So typical car loan rate is anywhere from 4.7 to 9.6, just depending on your credit score. So 4.7 to 9.6. APL FCU has a 3.99, which is good. It's still half a percentage point less. So now let's look at what is their real estate loan. Oh, yeah, they probably actually do have it here. They have a 15-year mortgage at 7.99%. I don't know what typically is.
I don't either, but fucking mortgages are high right now.
But credit cards, 10.49 to 13.49%.
Well, and that's amazing for credit cards because most credit cards are like 20 to 30%. I mean, I don't even look at that because I just pay it off every month, but not everybody does that.
Their money market rates aren't competitive with like Marcus or Goldman Sachs or any of those. I think I get 3.6 or 3.7% for my money market and high yield savings account, and APL FCU is 1.5, and savings are typically 1%. But make it really easy for you to bank with them. They really are good.
The bottom line is, if you can support a credit union over one of the big fucking bullshit banks, you should do it.
Unless, of course, the big old bullshit banks have 4.0%.
Yeah, but I don't want to give more money to fucking Wells Fargo and Chase. And
Wells Fargo, fuck that. I mean, Wells Fargo, it's like, I think it's 0.1%. Wells Fargo has the worst I don't even understand why anybody does. I mean, I have money in Wells Fargo. We have our checking accounts in Wells Fargo for Turnkey. But if you have any money in a bank, put it in at least an account that's going to, keep you up with inflation. Which is what, like 18% right now? something like that.
I don't know. Don't ask the Trump administration what it is, because they won't tell you the truth. They don't fucking know.
There is no inflation right now, according to the administration.
No, it's going.
Are you fucking counting all of your chips right now?
Well, I'm stacking them because now you got me wondering, like, how much do I have in here? And so, like the poker player that I am, I'm stacking them in stacks of 20. So it's not like I'm counting each individual one, but I put it in stacks of 20, and then I count the stacks, right?
And how many stacks do you have right now?
I'm almost done here. So let me get to the end.
Oh, he's almost done. Okay, he's going to
only have one more stack.
Wow. You went through that kind of fast.
Dude, when you win a pot at poker, you got to stack that shit fast, because you don't want it going anywhere. So yeah, I got a little bit of experience doing that. Okay. God, and look at all these silver ones. Like, you know how most of them are like clay chips.
Where are the silver ones from? Are they from all the same?
Look, let's see.
So every time you go into a casino, whether you've been to that casino before or not, you just get $1 and you put it into your Hard Rock Cafe glass.
So typically, if it is one I've been to before or been many times before, I usually won't grab another chip.
Okay.
I really but that's not to say that I don't have duplicates. I definitely have a lot of duplicates, but it's not like, $1 every time I go into every casino.
Because you'd be a fucking millionaire.
Right, I know, right? MGM Grand, Palace Station. These are my metal ones.
I have I have one from Bally's in Atlantic City, which I don't even think is still around anymore. I have some from the defunct casinos in Atlantic City, but not for any reason. I just held on to it. I don't know why.
No, I do too. I know I've got one from there. In fact, I have where is it? I just saw it a minute ago. Ben and I used to play poker in Atlantic City, and at I think it was Bally's. Hang on, I can find it.
Yep.
Where? No, that's the Casino Princess. Oh God. So they had a game. They had a poker game that was a limit game, but it was a $255 game. So normally it's like a 1-2 game, right? Or a 2-5 game or something, right? But this was a $255. And
what's $255 mean?
So you got a small blind and a big blind. The big blind is $5. The small blind was $250. So instead of throwing in
should we really be talking about handicapped people this way? Blind people, why? What's all this fuss I hear about the casinos and blind people? I mean, Emily Latella, you remember that? What's all this fuss I hear about casinos and blind people?
My wife is getting ready to go. This is just Doug and the fuckery. You can come.
Yes, Doug and the fuckery is here. What is going on, Vera? Can you hear us or no? Can't hear us. She cannot hear it. Wow, where are you going all? Where are you going? Where are you going all gussied up? Oh, you hit something happened, Strickland. You must have hit the mute button somewhere on your microphone. I don't know what happened. Hold on. No, I don't know. Fuck that one up. Okay, I'm hold that. For those of you in our nice guy community that can't see this, which is pretty much
Hold on. No, are we back on the mic now?
Not the right microphone. You're on a different microphone.
Okay. So hang on, select a microphone.
Where did she go? What happened? Where'd she go? Wait, I can't hear you anymore. Your microphone is messed up. Can't hear it. I can't hear it. Okay, so
can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. So just to give everybody like a little recap of what just happened. So Strickland's wife Vera came into the room, and I couldn't see Strickland anymore after she came in the room because she was looking so fun.
Yeah, she looked pretty fucking
What the hell? What's going on? She was all dressed up and makeup up and all sorts of cleavage showing, and she's not going to meet any boys, is she?
No, just she's going out to do fun things. She's going to go have some fun. What? I think she's having fun with the ladies. I think they're going out somewhere for drinks. Now, she's not going to be drinking because she's been sober for 11 years, but she still enjoys going out. And
if there's one thing I know about Vera for sure is she does not need alcohol to be the center of attention or having the fun party.
She's pretty great. And because Doug, now that you've had time, you've had an opportunity to spend some extended time with her.
Yes.
and I'm, I've never actually asked you this of like, if I get approval on my second wife, my new wife.
My God. I love Vera. I did like Kim, but Kim could be a wet blanket at times.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I have not seen, now I know Vera has had some stresses in her life recently with, job and school and all the things going on. But I only know her as someone that is positive mindset, everything's going to be great and loving life kind of person. And Strick's got the follow camera going on right now.
So I was noticing
You're faking for those of you,
you're
faking it.
For those of you who are not actually watching, which is everybody, because I don't think we're going to post a video. I was noticing that I was very bloomed out. In other words, my face was very bright and you couldn't see the details. So I'm like, oh, I'll just open the software so I can put the right filter or the right white balance on it. Right. And as soon as I opened it, the camera went vroom, like it zoomed away. And so then I changed to tracking mode. And look here, if I go here, it follows me. So
yeah,
anyway.
we used that the entire conference and it was pretty annoying.
I was actually trying to turn the tracking off, but it was nice to have it available if we wanted. Yeah. But I was amazed at how bad the sound quality was. The picture quality is very good. But that's a whole nother story that we...
All right, so here's what I think that we do next time, just so we can avoid that. First of all, hit record. Just hit record and just keep it on. The other thing that we could do is we could have them lapelled up and just have that microphone running the entire time. Just have them lapelled as a backup, not as their primary resource.
As a backup.
Yeah, because
that's a very good idea. Because the issue, of course, is when people do not... if they're not close enough to the mic, if we didn't have speakers, no big deal. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But because we are broadcasting it on speakers to an actual audience, when somebody stands very far away and I have to crank them up to be heard, it can tend to feed back. But a lapel mic will not be going through the mains, and that is an excellent idea as a backup. And we wouldn't even need it for you. We just need it for guests.
Right.
Well, if we forget to...
Yeah, everybody could have it. I mean, it's such an inexpensive thing to have. You just have a 4-channel digital recorder and you have 4 lapel mics and you just say, just put this on. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be used for anything unless we need a backup.
No, it's a good idea. I think that's a very good safety. Great thing.
What were we talking about? So you're counting your chips before Vera came in.
Oh, the pink game. So that $255
right
poker game. Yeah. So they actually had $2.50 chips. They were made specifically for that poker game because when you're playing the small blind and it costs $2.50, you throw in a pink chip, right? And if it's $5, you could throw one $5 chip in because they usually casinos are usually $1, $5, $25, and $100 chips. So you could just throw in 2 pink chips.
Can I just retract my question? Can I just, because
Anyway, the long story short on that, we used to call the pink game. Because basically you use pink chips and you, like if you go into a casino and say, hey, can I see a $2.50? Can I have a $2.50 chip? They're going to be like, what? What the fuck is that?
Let me give you the audio representation of the example of what I was just hearing right now. I'm gonna say it in a language that will be appreciated by my community, but you won't understand it probably. So I was working on my 364, and the valve covers are a PMS 247, and I didn't realize that they need to be PMS 250. So instead of pulling out the valve covers, what I did was I took the exhaust manifold off and the distributor cap, and I started running points instead of electronic ignition. Now, how does that sound to you?
Wah, 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 wah. Like, you remember Steve Martin's very first comedy album?
Let's Get Small?
I think that was it.
Okay.
All I remember about it is the first joke on it. He comes out and he's like, so the other day I went in and I'm doing this Spitzer valve and I got the wrench and he's like talking all these plumbing technical terms and he's like, spricket? I thought you said sprocket. And there's like silence and he's like, isn't this the plumbing convention? It's all about the context, right? I
said sprocket, not socket.
Right, exactly.
He goes, wait a minute, isn't this the plumbing convention? Oh my God, that is the funniest joke. That is so funny.
Yeah.
It's exactly what that was all about.
Exactly.
Anywho, so okay, you got a bunch of chips. You've been holding
I have my
back.
Stacks. Now I gotta figure out how much I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I have $180 or so. I got about $200 in chips.
Oh, you said you have You have 20 in each stack, right?
I have 19. I
19.
have
Okay, so you got you have $180. You have $190
right,
roughly.
nine stacks, $180. But then I've got my stack of singles, which is about another the metal ones, which is about another $20. And I've got a couple of $5 chips here. This is the Hilton. I don't even think it's the Hilton. No, maybe it is.
What would you do? How would you cash those now, or can't you?
So this is the Las Vegas Hilton, and I believe, is it a new name now? I could probably still cash this one in for $5. But yeah, there are casino chips I have here, for the Riviera. I have the Riviera in Vegas. I can't cash that in. Sands.
So they're not like legal tender. You could, I mean, once they go out of business, you're done.
Right, exactly. You couldn't
get, but I think
Mirage,
a lot of times those chips,
Mirage,
those dollar chips are probably worth more than $1 because that company, like if I had a matchbook from the Stardust, which I do, that I think that's a value now. They were giving them away when they were alive.
Yeah, it depends. At some point, if they may become collector's items and you may be worth, more than $1. But it's all about how old they are and what kind of shape they're in and stuff like that. So
did you ever use or get or give savings bonds?
Oh God, I'm very familiar with them, but no, I never gave. I might have gotten one when I was a kid. I don't even fucking remember.
So the bar mitzvah gift of the day in the 1970s, 1977 to be exact, when I was bar mitzvah, the bar mitzvah gift of the day were savings bonds. So I remember having, I don't know, maybe like $3,000 or $4,000 in savings bonds, and they'll only, I forget if it's the E or the double E series, they'll only earn interest for a certain amount of time, like maybe for 20 years beyond or 10 years beyond the maturity date of the bond. Something I forget exactly how it works. So my kids, I still have them here. My kids have bonds from when they were born. Like my dad used to give a new savings bond every time like the kids had a birthday. So I think I have like $3,000 in savings bonds in my safe so that Adam can have it. I think Rachel took hers when she bought her house.
Okay, so how does that work? Let's say I buy a $1,000 savings bond. Now, if I remember correctly, does that mean it's worth $1,000 now? Or am I buying it so that when my child turns 18, it will be worth $1,000 and I can buy it for $700 or $800?
All right.
Work?
For those in our community that know 100% how it works, you're going to know better than this, but I will tell you what I know about them. A $1,000 savings bond doesn't cost you $1,000. It costs you $500. When you buy it for $500, it has a maturity date. That maturity date could be, I forget if it's 10 years, 15 years, 20 years beyond that. That's when it's worth the $1,000 that you actually have as the face value of the bond. It will continue to earn a certain amount of interest even beyond the maturity date, but it's certain at some point it stops earning interest. And I can't recall what that certain point is. And it may be dependent upon the type of savings bond that you purchased.
Got it. So if I've got a $1,000 savings bond and it is 10 years past the maturity date, it's probably worth $1,200 or $1,300 or $1,400.
Yeah, it could be. Now, I have several of them in my safe. I could actually get one and we could look it up and see what the value is.
I'm super fucking curious now.
Okay.
Because these are ones you got for your kids, right?
Yes, correct.
And so it would have been when they were mitzvahs. So that would be what, 15, 20 years ago?
It could have been even when they were born. So hold on. So Dude, Adam is 30. Now. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go get them. And they're in my safe. Let me go get them.
Okay, now I'm going to let's see. I can put on the music, but I got to share my screen so you guys can hear it. Hold on. We're going to share this screen. Share the sound, carry the two. We do that. Make sure this is in the right place because I think this is on speaker right now instead of headphones. Oh, I didn't even get a chance. I was explaining how I was getting the Girl from Ipanema music ready and sharing my screen and all that shit. But
before I get that, but I wanted to show you a couple things that you may not have seen. I don't know if you know, but I know this might sound funny, but I'm an avid collector of money. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know that about me.
I'm aware.
Okay, but here are some really cool things, and you won't be able to see this, nice guy community, because this is not on not on video, but
oh well, now I want to stop sharing my screen so I can see.
Oh, okay,
bigger.
yeah.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so that is a $1 bill. Now I can tell you that the year of this dollar bill is. Hold on.
You're telling me you're a collector of money, like actual physical money? I thought you just meant you like having money.
This dollar bill is from 1917.
Get the fuck out!
No,
that's pretty cool looking.
Okay. Here is another one.
You should take a picture of that and post it in there.
This is a silver certificate. Check that one out.
And then what is the difference between a silver certificate versus a dollar? Because, by the way, Funkin' fans, that silver certificate, it looks like a fancy dollar bill, basically.
Right. So the silver certificate and the gold note and the United States note all had different things that they were backed by. Like a silver certificate in 1917 was actually backed by the same value in silver that they have in Fort Knox, let's call it.
Okay.
I don't know if Fort Knox was around back then. This is a note. This is an Atlanta note.
Okay, but hang on one second. So you've got a dollar bill.
Yeah.
You have a gold dollar bill certificate. You have a silver dollar bill certificate.
Right.
If I am spending that money in 1917, why the fuck do I care if it's backed up with silver or gold or whatever?
Because that way that you knew that your money actually had value. I don't really understand why that means it had value, but that means that this one was from the 1800s. Hold on, I can't. This is a silver certificate. Super old. I don't even know what that's like 18.
Is there no year on that? Because that looks fucking brand new, dude. That's got to be
the reason it looks brand new is because look how I keep them. I keep them in their little cases.
Well, I get it, but you would have had to buy it brand new.
I did.
Too.
I did.
Even if 50 years ago, if you bought it brand new, it's still 100 years.
I bought it when I was a child.
That's cool.
So my whole money collection, and I got a bunch of these old dollar bills and stuff. My whole money collection started when I worked at the Great Cookie in the Reisterstown Road Plaza. We would get people that would come into the store, and they would bring in like a note like this to buy cookies with.
$2 bill.
They would bring in a $2 bill.
Okay.
And in 1976, they had a series of $2 bills that they recirculated again.
I remember that. Yep.
So I had all this. Anyway, that I got a little off.
So have you looked up the value of those lately? I feel like those got to be worth a lot of fucking money.
I haven't lately. I probably haven't done it in about 10 years, but the one of those is, let's see, my 1914 dollar bill, and last time I checked value was worth $270.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. What is a 1914 dollar
silver certificate?
Silver certificate worth. I'm going to look it up.
Correct.
Silver
in uncirculated condition, because it's going to ask you what's the condition.
Certificate worth. 1914 silver certificate, eBay, 129, 175, 150, thousands of dollars. Yeah, anywhere from 150 to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity, serial number, condition, specialty attributes. Yeah.
Okay, let me find the bonds. Hold on a second. Because I'm very curious myself about this. Birth certificate, mom's will, and all these things in here. Bonds. Here we go. Okay. Let's look these up. So here is one that was issued in the year that the month April of 1996, the month that Adam was born. It's a $50 savings bond.
Okay.
So if you type into ChatGPT, it's Series EE.
All right.
Double E. EE.
Okay. Hang on. Let me get a new prompt up because I don't want to mess up my old prompts here. New chat.
You realize that the old prompt, new prompt is just for your own use, because if you go in and you ask ChatGPT on an old prompt that has nothing related to the subject matter, a new question, it'll still remember what your other answers were.
Okay, so
it's a $50 bond, Series EE.
Series EE. What is it called? Savings bond?
Yeah. United States savings
bond from, and what year?
1996.
96.
$50
today. What is a $50 Series EE savings bond from 1996 worth today? Searching the web.
Let's see what it says.
Was it a $50 denomination bond? Printed face value $50. And what was the issue month and year?
For April of 96.
Yes. April 1996.
Because it will be worth more than $50. I'm just curious, how much more than $50? And at
is
some
your
point,
bonds printed denomination 50? Yes. Printed denom is $50.
It's too many questions, chat.
Its current value should be about $103.68
Nice.
as of May 2026, and it's still earning until April. It's still earning until April 2026 was its 30-year maturity window, so it may now be at final maturity or just completed.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so all of these bonds were issued. So I got 50. So just I'm going to calculate, and you're just going to give me the total. So it says 50, 150, 225, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. So I have $500 in bonds that were all issued in April of 96, all the same Series EE. What is the value?
Oh, you want me to type that in?
Yeah, just put in, but just change instead of $50, make it $500.
Okay. What if it was a $500
exactly
value? Same series, $50, 500 printed, then the mass scale's 10x from the $50 bond, so it's about $1,000, $1,036.
Nice. Okay, so my son's got $1,036 coming from him.
But interestingly, they do say it specifically, it hit a 30-year final maturity. In other words, as you said, it's not going to collect any more interest after April 2026. So we're looking at it at exactly the right time when it just ran out.
Okay, what is the maturity date on this? It is
OJ. What the
OJ
fuck?
Simpson's rookie card.
That's a rookie card for OJ. Wow.
And I also have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's rookie card.
What the fuck? Wow.
And I don't know if you remember this basketball player, but do you remember Wes Unseld from the Bullets?
Wow, that's an old card.
Here is Wilt Chamberlain when he was on the Lakers. Here is Roger Staubach.
Oh yeah, Cowboys baby.
So I went through all of my cards. I got rid of all the shit cards that I did not want to keep for my entire life, and I just kept the ones that I thought, based upon popularity, that were going to be of value. And these are the ones.
Dude, I'd be surprised if they are probably worth something.
I would think so. I would think so too. But what good is the money going to do, Strickland? It's just going to sit in a fucking bank account somewhere. I may as well at least enjoy them in the form of savings bonds, baseball and basketball cards. And here is the most promising of all of my documents. Wait a minute, I just saw it a second ago. Where is it? Here's two. Here's one. One is this one. It is my mom's will.
Oh, okay.
And the other one was the note that I got when I came home from the podcasting conference to I want a divorce. That was the one.
I thought you just came home and your house was empty.
Yeah, that was too. But the note was there. It was sitting on the kitchen desk.
The note said, by the way, if you hadn't figured it out already by the extra space in the house, I want a divorce. Dude, that's going to be, I'm going to tell you, I'm making a prediction, and there's no way to prove this.
Right.
I think that is going to be the most valuable document you could ever fucking have, because I think you saved yourself a lot of money and a lot of hassle. I know you may not believe that right now, but I
there was a lot of heartache that was involved in that. But it's kind of like my Citizen Kane Rosebud. It's kind of like that. It's like there was a lot of meaning at the time, a lot of heartache at the loss, but a lot of growth since then. Oh my God, so much growth since that moment. But I think you're right. I think that letter is at some point. I don't know at what point in the future, but at some point I'm going to reopen that letter and I am going to read it on the podcast.
I love that.
Let me put these things away, cue up the voicemails, and as a matter of fact, Strickland, here is my promise to you. Go ahead and hit the theme song. Go ahead and start the message. I will not interrupt.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go put these away.
Okay, here we go. I'm setting up the voicemail, and I know you can't see it because we're not sharing the video, but I am posting the, hold on. Ooh, excuse me.
You didn't hit it yet, did you?
No. And I it's funny. I'm like, good. I could mute when I'm getting ready to sneeze, but since you're away, it would just be silence, and our listeners would be like, what's the long pause for? It's because I'm sneezing. So instead I thought, you know what? Just let you guys know what I'm doing.
No worries.
I'm pushing the...
I meant one other thing before.
Okay. So you're not going to interrupt between the music and the first voicemail, but you will interrupt before I start the music.
Because as I was putting those back, I was having a hard time putting the envelopes with the currency and the bonds back. And it was because my dad's ashes I had propped up in the back of the safe.
What?
I got an envelope from my, I think it was from I can't remember if it was a stepbrother or my stepsister, but they said, we have something of Dad's that I think you will really appreciate. And what is your address? So I gave them my address in California. And this was probably back about, I moved here in 2021 into my current house. So probably about 2021, maybe 22. I received an envelope with the remainder of the ashes of my dad. So I have my dad's ashes in my safe.
If my ex-step siblings called me up and said that, hey, I've got something valuable of Dad's that I think you'll appreciate, my answer, can I have your address? My answer would have been, well, why don't I just give you my bank account and you can transfer it in. And if they said, no, it's not money, I'd be like, there's nothing valuable my dad has that's not going to fit in my bank account. Okay.
Geez. Well, yeah. Well, I kind of knew it wasn't going to be any money because that was already the foregone conclusion at the will reading. Yeah. So I knew that. Yeah, I mean, now I don't know if one of either my stepbrothers, one of my two stepbrothers, or my stepsister passes on, as we also call shuffles off the mortal coil, as we call that. If maybe there's a remote chance that maybe I'm named in their will for the money that they were given from my father, but I fucking highly doubt that.
I highly doubt that. I would not hold your breath on that one.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, thanks, Dad. Fuck you. Okay. All right. Love you, Dad. Ready? Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strict. Erica here. Well, voicemail number one, and probably the only one. This is going to be a first. First for me, maybe a first for you, in that this is the first time in, I don't know how many years, 7, 8, 9, I don't know, that I have not listened to Fuckery on Friday. That's how busy my life has been.
Wow.
And I decided that I'm going to try something different. I'm going to call in, not having listened to the show last week.
Ooh.
And I don't know, maybe I'll just play Karnak and see if I can guess what you talked about.
Oh, that's cool.
I know I could have listened to it before this, but I don't have time.
I like it.
And we're driving up to visit my mom at assisted living, and I'm got you on the speakerphone, so pardon any traffic noise in the background. No earphones in either. Anyway, so let me guess. Well, let's see. Strickland probably complained about some customer service fiasco, or I hope we heard from incredulous Strick on that note.
Probably.
But who knows? I wouldn't know what.
Hold on for a second. Just pause for a second.
Oh, okay.
Just pause for a second. I'm not interrupting to do anything other than just clarify. Was this message from this week or last week? Because if it's about last week, there may have been a customer service experience that we talked about, because we talked about airlines and we talked about some other stuff. If it's from this week, we haven't actually gotten into any type of customer service talk, though.
No, but this is the voicemail the first one that you sent me. So yeah, it is from the previous week.
So now we have to think about, what did we talk about? And of course, the answer to that is,
I don't fucking remember.
We don't know. So,
but I agree that I think Erica's probably right.
I think she is too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Pretty sure. Okay, here we go. Let's continue.
Bad time, but I'm guessing that. Let's see. I don't know, maybe Doug bought a new truck. Could that possibly be? I mean, it always seems to be the case anyway.
True.
So maybe Doug bought a new truck. I hope he gave it a J name, but I think he's off that kick lately, so I'm going to guess he didn't if he bought one. You probably, if you were lucky, you had one voicemail from Jared. If you were even luckier, you had two. And either that was Jared's second one. I'm going to guess it might have been Emily. So maybe one Jared, one Emily. Yeah. So that's my summary for last week. One voicemail from Jared, one from Emily. Strickland, incredulous Strickland showed up about customer service. Doug bought a new truck. It's not named with a J. And there probably was some mention about a cat, either one of Doug's or one of Strickland's. So that's it. I'm sure that I'll hear about it with whether I was accurate or not, assuming I listen to this week's episode, and I sure hope I have time. All right. Love you both. Love you a lot. Love the show when I get to listen to it. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Damn, she's like Karnak. I don't even remember exactly specifically what we discussed, but I think all of those things are true, because you did buy another truck recently.
I did,
right?
And no J. It's
no
called,
J name.
This truck name is Sunny this go around. So yeah, I mean, Erica, I'm going to give you props for all of those guesses. Good chance that we talked about cats. I think I remember one of Strickland's cats was behind him, or I had a cat near me, so I'm sure we talked about that. We did do some talk about Netflix, I believe, but other than that, I don't really know. So I'm going to say that Erica probably was correct.
I think so too.
Okay.
Excellent. Very well done, Erica.
Nice job.
Okay, voicemail number 2 from last week. Here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here, voicemail number 2 I like.
Yeah, she did.
I forgot one thing. I'll bet you there was also a shout out from Strickland to Vera for her graduation.
Very true.
That would be my other guess. And 100%. If there wasn't, there should have been.
Oh, yeah, there was.
Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm back on the road. All right. Love ya. Bye.
I'm pretty sure I did give her a shout out, but the last episode that we recorded on Thursday, her actual graduation ceremony was Saturday, so it had not happened yet. I'm pretty sure I gave her a shout out anyway, but in case I didn't, she was the very first person to walk the stage.
What?
Because, so in the very first group of people to walk the stage out of, what did she say? I don't know, 400 graduates or something like that. Right. The first group was there's this group called Paideia. And it's like the high achieving, like you got to do really good and shit. And alphabetically, her last name starts with B. So she was at the beginning of that group, but she graduated summa cum laude with a fucking perfect 4.0 GPA, because she is a badass.
Yeah. The only reason I was early on in walking across the stage was because first they did oldest people to graduate. Then they did special needs. And since I fell into both of those categories,
oh, God.
I was gifted, they said.
Okay, we ready for the last voicemail from this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Doug and Strick. Good morning. It's Sean calling you from Columbus, Ohio.
Sean Carpenter.
Enjoyed your Kansas City drunken hotel chatter.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my God.
Get a little Southwest hack as a fellow Southwest traveler.
Ooh, love that.
So here's the best thing that I found. When you book a flight, just go ahead and book the most basic fare.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As an A-list member, which I know you guys both are, you're going to automatically get a preferred seat. You don't need to pay for the third level. You'll automatically get one of the preferred seats. And then 24 hours before your flight, when you used to check in, go in there, and then you could move to an even better seat if there's any available. So a lot of times I'll just book in row like 8, and then I'll move up to row 4, and if it's an aisle or something like that. So something I found, if you just book the main level, basic level, and then you're going to get a preferred seat as the A-lister, and then you can move up 24 hours and change your seat. So, little insight. You guys had a great time in Kansas City, and keep doing what you guys do. See you, boys.
Sean Carpenter, that is a voice from the past. Now, you and I wouldn't say we think of Sean as a voice from the past because we talk to him, chat with him on the Love Sean, but he hasn't called in a while. Love that hack. I was aware that as an A-lister, because I don't think you're A-list anymore, that I get a preferred seat, like not a super extra legroom seat, but a preferred seat.
Okay, well, let's talk about the 3 levels. There's the standard, there is preferred, and then there's extra legroom. I don't think they have a special name for it. So because we're Chase card holders, I think we already get a preferred seat without having to pay extra for that. I didn't pay anything extra for my preferred, did I?
I don't know. Maybe that's it. So it's either if you're A-list or if you've got a Southwest credit card, which I've got both, that you get the preferred. But I was not aware of the 24 hours ahead. That's a great hack that I need to keep in mind, that basically you get to upgrade for free, but you got to check and see if they have a seat available in the preferred super extra legroom.
So the thing that was really weird, and this isn't a slap at Southwest. I know they're going to work out all of their system kinks, if you want to even call this a kink. Flying home from Kansas City, there was 2 legs. So there was a spot that took me to Denver, and then from Denver to Santa Barbara, Kansas City to Denver, and then Denver to Santa Barbara. Denver to Santa Barbara, there was probably, I don't know, 40 people on the plane. Okay. Wow. So 40 people on the plane, and most of the front section was empty, meaning all of those extra legroom seats. Why, for the sake of all things good and customer service, would they not let anyone move to those seats? Now,
here's the question. Did people ask and they said, no, you can't? Or are you upset that they didn't volunteer it?
Okay, so one person, not me, I was not going to put my head on the chopping block. I was in the 1 row behind all of the extra legroom seats. One person moved up, and they made, instead of saying to the one person, hey, you can't move there because that's for people that paid extra for those seats, they made an announcement.
Oh, get the fuck out.
The announcement was, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for flying Southwest Air. The first 8 rows are for only folks that have paid the upgraded seat. We're sorry, we're not allowing you to move forward from. There was fucking no one on the plane.
That's fucked up.
I know. And they also do, I don't know if you noticed, they also do the upgraded snacks.
Really? I didn't know you get different snacks on the first
different snacks. They were giving pistachio nuts.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea the snacks were different. Man, that's fucked up.
They even have it on the little, the drink card. They tell you all the things that you can get. Hey, if you're in a preferred passenger, you get the upgraded snacks. Like, you can keep your fucking pistachio nuts. I need the extra legroom. Damn it.
That's crazy.
Move me forward. But no, I don't even understand why they wouldn't let anybody move forward. Anyhow, other than that, overall, I think the experience was definitely a lot less frantic for me, a lot less anxiety, causing, because I don't have to worry about checking in at exactly all of that stuff. All of that was gone, and I appreciate that being gone. But it was just kind of funny.
It is pretty funny. Yeah.
God.
Yep.
Okay. I think we've done it. I think we've done our time. I think we've done our time.
We've done everything except, and I don't want to go on a long rant about this, but I have to bring it up.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, it's a little bit political, but it's a lot of bit political, but I'm not going to go on a long rant about it. You heard about Trump's settlement with the IRS, his $10 billion lawsuit.
I heard that he was suing the IRS for $10 billion, and then something about only a $2 billion settlement. What? So fill me in.
Okay, the quick version is there was somebody in, I think it was 2018, who was a contractor for the IRS who leaked his tax returns.
Right.
And so he decided he's going to sue the IRS for $10 billion.
Got it.
Because these tax returns were released. Somebody's tax returns being released to the public against their will has happened numerous times before. Yes, sometimes there is some remuneration. $10 billion fucking dollars is nowhere near what anybody has ever been compensated for that before. The person who actually did the leaking didn't even work for the IRS. He was a contractor, and he has served time in prison for that. But anyway, it's Trump, right? So they took the lawsuit to court, basically saying that because the Justice Department is, part of the government, that basically Donald Trump is the defendant as well as the prosecutor, or what is it?
Right.
The defendant and I forgot the name of it. Not the prosecution, but basically he's both sides, which that is like the number one, court. No. If you represent both sides, no, you don't get to fucking put a suit in, right? So that was getting ready to go through the courts. But you know what? It was okay because you know what? The Justice Department made a decision that they were going to settle. They basically came to an agreement. Trump came to an agreement with Trump, right? And Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general, who coincidentally was Trump's personal lawyer previously. Right. Okay. So they came up with this deal that, you know what? We're just going to settle for around 20% of what you're asking for, which is only $2 billion. Which, by the way, next time I sue somebody, remind me that I want to sue them for $100 billion. So when I only get 1% of that, I'll still be happy. So that's the whole fun thing that we're not even going to go into the details of that. But the important thing about this is I'm going to read to you because it's a half-page settlement, right? It's
and right before, I just have one important comment and maybe even a small correction to make after you've finished this. But I'm 100% tracking with you. I want to hear the agreement. Okay,
so they talk about the money and the slush fund, and let's not even worry about that right now. But the C, there's A, B, and C. The United States, and this is in all caps, and I don't know if that's proper for courts, but maybe it is. The United States
maybe they're yelling.
Releases, waives, acquits, and forever discharges each of the plaintiffs from, and is hereby forever barred and precluded from prosecuting or pursuing any and all claims, counterclaims, causes of action, appeals or requests for any relief, including injunctive relief, monetary relief, damages, examinations, or similar related reviews, appeals, debt relief, costs, attorney's fees, expenses, and or interest, whether presently known or unknown, that as of the effective date of the settlement agreement have been or could have been asserted by defendants against any of the plaintiffs or related affiliated individuals, including without limitation, family or others filing jointly, or parties, including trust, parent, sisters, or related companies, affiliates, subsidiaries.
Everybody.
Basically, what it's saying is nobody can sue Trump ever. Nobody can sue his family or his businesses ever.
About what?
Anything.
What? How does that?
Anything, including matters currently pending, currently pending. So basically, if he has IRS audits that are open right now, they're done, including tax returns filed before the effective date, before defendants or agencies or departments. That's basically what this is saying. It's like, hey, we're sorry that your tax returns were accidentally, well, it was on purpose, but were maliciously released. And so what we're going to do is we're basically going to say, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Your family can do whatever the fuck they want, and nobody can sue you for it ever. And by the way, if your companies turn in tax returns that say you owe $0 in taxes for the next 50 years, hey, no problem. You don't have to fucking pay it because we're not allowed to question you on it.
And in Schedule D, free rides on Space Mountain for life. You did. I want to correct you with one thing. We'll just put all of this aside. I don't know if you know this, but it's not remuneration. It's remuneration. Did you know that?
Remuneration?
Yes. Anytime someone says remuneration, it is actually incorrect. It is remuneration.
Okay, I don't think that's right.
Look that up.
I'm going to look it up. Remuneration? Okay. Now, is it spelled with an N, not an M?
R-E-M as in Mary, not R-E-N as in Nancy.
Okay. Remuneration. T-I-O-N.
I can read you what I have.
Oh, here we go. Writing explained. It immediately came up. And remuneration versus remuneration. Which spelling is correct? English is full of old confusing words, blah, 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 blah. Remuneration is an old Latin word that you might not recognize if you aren't familiar with the word or finance. Continue to learn more about it and its variants of remuneration.
Let me just read to you the easy Google definition. The correct word is remuneration. Here's the difference between the two terms. Remuneration, correct, refers to payment, compensation, or rewards given for work or service. Remuneration, incorrect, a common misspelling. If used as a distinct word, it means an act of counting or numbering again. So remunerating, it means I'm going to number this again.
Dude, you're fucking right. This says when to use remuneration. Remuneration is so. Oh, that's funny. Hang on.
Anytime anybody uses remuneration, they're only meaning I have to renumber that. Anytime somebody's talking about compensation for a penalty, it's remuneration, which is I had no idea until I was X years old. I found this out. Strickland was 61 years old when he found that out.
Okay, wait a minute. So with an M. Remuneration is a noun. It refers to money paid for work or a service. So you're correct, right? That's what I think of as remuneration, like they are getting a noun as it's a payout, right?
Remuneration is just simply renumbering something.
But then, okay, I want you to look at this because I'm seeing this right. I don't know if it's a fucking
spelling
typo, but if it's a typo, it's a really fucking bad place for one.
It's a bad place for it, right?
So this article, Writing Explained, right? Which you would think they would have really good fucking spelling.
Just ask
ChatGPT.
Right? Just ask ChatGPT. Don't
worry. But what it says is it's like it gives you the first definition, which I just said to you. That makes sense, right? But then it says when to use remuneration. What does remuneration mean? And then it says remuneration is hang on, the next section, sorry. When to use with an N. When to use remuneration. And it says, what does remuneration mean? Then it says remuneration is so rare. No, but that most people use it in a day-to-day mispronounce it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. What they're saying is when is remuneration? What does remuneration mean? And it actually starts with the next sentence is remuneration is so rare, in fact, that most people use it from day-to-day life when they want to mispronounce remuneration. So it's a little confusing as they word it, but really, unless you're telling somebody to renumber something, instead you're referring to compensation received, it's remuneration. And I'm telling you, I did not know that until 10 years ago.
No, I didn't know it until today, but right, exactly. But it's just weird because it says, okay, here it says renew with an N is a spelling error. Okay. And then here it says ReMu with an M. ReMUneration is still the only correct version. So then why does it say up here ReMUneration is so rare?
What they're saying is it's so rare, in fact, that most people who do use it in day-to-day life mispronounce it as ReMUneration. They're saying that oftentimes, like how often in your regular day-to-day conversation do you say, man, he won that lawsuit. The remuneration was incredible. That's right. How you would normally say it. But it's actually, he won that lawsuit. The remuneration was incredible. That's the correct way of saying it.
Right. So then what is this sentence? ReMUneration is so rare.
What they're
saying remuneration is actually not rare. It's the word you should be using all the time.
All right. Really, if we come down to maybe trying to make it even more confusing, how about if somebody won a lawsuit because somebody renumbered something incorrectly?
Instead of remembering it.
What was no. I'm saying, what was his remuneration for renumerating it incorrectly?
But yeah, here the summary is remuneration is a noun that means the act of giving payments for work or service. Remuneration is fucking wrong. It's a misspelling.
It's a misspelling.
That's basically what they're saying. Yeah.
Yep. Well, there you go. That is your nice. If you got nothing else from this episode today in an hour and 21 minutes of fucking nothing, you now know.
From this are number one, remuneration is correct. Remuneration is the wrong pronunciation and the wrong spelling. And number two, don't fucking do anything to Trump because you can't sue him later.
And
don't let him do anything to you because you can't fucking sue him later.
Number three, let's not forget about number three. When your bonds are mature at 30 years, you will receive no more interest. It's time to cash them in.
Exactly. That's the plan right there.
That's it. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Do you think they could have rambled on any longer today? Blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah.